Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to this special edition of Come Grow Spiritually with me, Tarot. I am so grateful to have you here with me, and this is a special edition because it is currently just a little past midnight here. I never do readings in the middle of the night. I never do any filming. Generally, I don't do any filming from the afternoon on. So that's something new. You're getting me in my full glory. I'm literally have been woken out of bed due to the moon's energy, and I'm in my pajamas. So tonight, here where I am is the Aries super full moon. It's October 2025. And this moon is fiery, illuminating, and deeply activating. Hence, while I'm awake. It's also the final supermoon of the year and the closing of eclipse season. So its energy is about burning through old cycles, igniting courage, and calling you to rise into the next version of yourself. So, likely because I'm awake, I am being invited to receive something powerful, a message about my rebirth, direction, and purpose. So come along with me. I'm going to do a tarot reading and see if I can tap into the energy and if I can have a little assistance through the cards in understanding the message that the moon is trying to give me. So the question that I'm going to ask is, what truth or message is the super full moon in Aries awakening me with tonight? And I'm going to do a 6-card spread. Okay? Card number 1 is going to be like why I've been awakened, so the energy that pulls me from my sleep. The illumination, so what's the truth or the realization that I'm trying to be shown. What needs to be released, what's emerging, how to ground this energy, and then a final message from Source or Spirit. So, let's get into it. Okay, so we got the Ten of Swords, the Hanged Man, Queen of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, the King of Pentacles, the Devil, and the bonus card, which was what do I need to remember come the dawn? We got the Three of Wands. So let's get into understanding the message. Okay, so the first card that we pulled, which was why I've been awakened. So what is the energy that's waking me? We pulled the Ten of Swords, and the Ten of Swords is about endings, collapse, breakthrough, and surrender, right? Like essentially it has happened. The worst possible has happened. Like it's done, right? Like there's nothing more that can happen here. This is done. So I feel like Source is waking me to remind me or to tell me that I am ready to release it once and for all. And, right, like the Ten of Swords marks the final death of this old version of me, this mindset, this fear, this energy that has been exhausting me in my spirit. And that the moon is illuminating that this cannot come forward with me. This mindset, this belief, this energy has no place in my next chapter. So I've been awakened to be reminded that it's over. It's over. And that I've survived. And now it's time to walk away and step away from it. So for me, I know that this is really talking to lack for me and worthiness, and not just in the financial set, but also in the financially, it's also speaking to me financially, but it also is in the regards of my worth as a person. Like I don't need to have people around me that don't value my worth, or it's that lack mindset. Like I deserve, I deserve, I am worthy of. I guess is how I'm going to just leave that there. Next, in the illumination, so what is being illuminated, we got the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man is about seeing things from a new perspective, right? He's hanging upside down. He's being asked to look at his situation, circumstance from a completely different perspective. So the realization that I think is coming through tonight is that peace and clarity don't come from pushing, and that they come from surrender. And that I'm being asked to shift my lens and how I see my situation right now. So to try to see my situation from a higher standpoint. Where I once saw loss and stagnation, there's actually redirection. And the Hangman is probably reminding me that stillness is sacred and that surrender is powerful. So even though I am stepping away, I've killed this lacked mindset, I'm still seeing my situation and circumstances on some level from that perspective. And I'm being asked to change it, right? This is dead. And I now need to start seeing my life and my circumstances from a different perspective. And to recognize that things are happening and they may not be happening as quickly as I want them to be, but that is okay. That is that wanting and needing for now and pushing is from that old perspective of needing to see results. Whereas I'm being asked to step back and see a bigger picture and understand that this time that feels stagnant or like not much is going on, that it's a very powerful time as well, and that there's a reason for this rest and stagnation, and that there's stuff happening that I just don't see or understand. Okay. For the what needs to be released, we pulled the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles is about nurturing, it's about providing, and in this case, as we're talking about what needs to be released, I think it's talking about over responsibility, self-neglect, and giving too much. Sounds about right. So I think this card is suggesting that I have been nurturing everyone else and everything else, but now it's time for me to put that same energy into nurturing myself. Which I gotta say, I feel like I've been doing, but not to the extent that I do everybody else. And more recently, in the last couple months, as I've been pushing more towards some goals that I have, and getting back out into the community and like doing some purposeful work again, I've been pushing too hard. And I've been neglecting me. And I got to tell you, my body has been screaming at me for probably a few months now, if I'm being honest. But within the last few weeks, like my body has been like, no, you're not going to take care of you, then we're going to shut you down. And really, last week was very challenging, and I did not function well. And it's time for me to return to taking care of me, right? I need to let go of that old pattern of like that self-sacrifice, of like pushing through. And when I say self-sacrifice, it feels weird to me because what I'm working towards is for me as much as it is for the people and the clients that I will work with, right? But sacrificing myself even for my own goals or for my own purpose is just as unhealthy as doing it for others. So interesting. I think I need to remind myself that I am worthy of rest, luxury, and being supported. And not only to remind myself of that, but to accept those things. Like to embrace them, to be like, yeah, baby, I'm having a nap because I need a nap. And naps are good and they're very productive and it's a way to take care of me. So, and to allow myself to be supported. I struggle with that. Okay, that's what I'm going to leave there. So for the what's emerging, so what's coming in is the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands is about recognition, victory, and confidence. So I think perhaps this card is stating or suggesting that I am starting to step into visibility and success. So as I said, I have goals that I'm working towards. And again, I know they're going to happen. It's just one of those things that I know. And throughout my life, there have been moments and times and situations where I've known things and just knew I knew it. I don't question those things anymore. My goals specifically are things that I know. Like I know I'm going to achieve them. I don't know how I'm going to achieve them. I don't know if they're going to be achieved in the way that I think they're going to be achieved. And that's not for me to know. That's a struggle that I've been working with. It's not for me to know, but I know they're going to happen. So this card is reminding me and is saying like, hey, this is what's coming down the pipe. Like, you know this, but you need to take care of yourself. You need to let go of some of these old patterns or these thoughts that have been holding you back so that you can emerge into receiving the success that you know you're meant for. So perhaps the universe is acknowledging that my perseverance and willingness to grow through pain. And this card is sort of like a promise, like you will be celebrated for what you've overcome. And like you've done the inner work and now it's time to let yourself be seen. And seen in an aspect of, I mean, of course I want acknowledgement for the work that I've done. But I mean, that's just a little part of, to be honest, that's just a little part. I know the work that I've done and I know the growth that has come from that work. And I don't necessarily want to be celebrated, but I want people to know that they can have this too. Right? I want people to know that they can have this too. I want people to know that going through the pain and of healing your trauma and your hurts is not going to kill you, and that it's worth it. And when you come out on the other end, you will experience feelings, situations, circumstances, and life in a way that you can't even imagine prior to the healing. Like, I can't put it into words. And I mean, I think people told me back then. I think people told me during my healing that there was this, I don't want to call it a euphoria because it's not, right? Like life happens, shit happens, growth continues, healing is not linear. neither is spirituality. Like, it's a journey, and it has its ups and downs, and it has its like moments where you feel a little lost, and or you got to struggle through the dark forest. But it also has these beautiful like meadows and gardens and sunshines and, you know, hidden waterfalls and like knowledge and peace. And I think that's what I want to be celebrated for. I want to be celebrated for bringing that message, that it's available to you all. Yeah, that's why I share my story. That's why I make these videos, because I want you to know and understand that. All right, so I think the energy is just reminding me of what's emerging is that, like, it's happening. I've done the work. And I'm now stepping into that season of victory and confidence and recognition. Okay. How to ground this energy. We got the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles is about stability, mastery, and grounded abundance. So I think the message is that I'm being called to anchor myself in practical routines that honor my body and my value. The King of Pentacles is the divine masculine complement to the Queen of Pentacles, right? Which is nurturing energy and structure, which we were just talking about. So I think I'm being called to build tangible systems of expansion. Like, so financial goals, business foundations, daily rituals. And Spirit is helping me to manifest that lasting abundance and success that I'm looking for. And again, not just financially. I want abundance in all areas of my life. I want abundance in healthy, positive, light my soul on fire relationships. I want abundance in my resource of my time. I want abundance in my health, right? I want abundance in my career, right? I want abundance in sharing the message and helping people heal and grow and tap into their healing ability, right? I want it all. I want to travel. I want abundance in experiences. I want abundance in, yeah, I'm going to leave it there because I'm starting to ramble. But I want it all, right? So I need to be grounding in this energy by making sure that I'm honoring and taking care of myself, that I need to have strong foundations, whether it's when I'm working in like through my business goals, but also strong foundations in my relationships, strong foundations in my health and how I take care of myself. I need to have grounding, healthy, daily routines and rituals that keep me secure and safe and connected, and honor myself. So that's that message. All right. So in position 6, the message from Source was the Devil. And I got to tell you, I do love the Devil card. So the Devil card is about breaking chains, right? Facing shadows and liberation through awareness. So essentially breaking the chains. Like, what are the chains that are holding you back? Recognizing them, bringing them to light, facing your shadow, and like smashing through them. So in this position, I don't think the Devil card is a warning. I think it's illumination. I think Spirit is showing me that the patterns of fear, attachment, or self-doubt that once kept me small are done. And that it's telling me that I am seeing my shadow clearly, not just under this full moon, but in life in general. And that this awareness is my freedom. And I no longer have to be enslaved to those old mindset or patterns that were holding me back. And that I've already broken the chains. Like, it's done, right? As at the beginning with the Ten of Swords suggested, it's done. And all I need to do now is just step away. Like, I'm not chained anymore to these old patterns of lack or not understanding my worth. It's over. All that's left for me to do is to step away. Okay, and we did get a bonus expansion card, which was basically, what do I need to remember come the morning, right? So come dawn, what do I need to remember? And so we pulled the Three of Wands, and the Three of Wands is about expansion, preparation, and new horizons. So when morning arrives, I just have to continue to remember that a new path is unfolding. And that the Three of Wands is the energy of anticipation, of someone who has planted their seeds and is now standing on the shoreline watching ships approach. I don't have to chase what's meant for me. That is the message here. I don't have to chase what's meant for me. I don't have to push to get it. That it's coming. It's already on its way. And I need to keep my heart opened and focus moving forward. That the next chapter is already in motion. So I can't look back on the previous chapter. Like, it's done. It's done. I've broke the chains, right? I've let it go. I've released it. So I just need to move forward. Okay. When I put the message all together, what I think I'm understanding is that this supermoon has woken me because it wants me to know that I am now crossing the threshold of endings into embodiment. And that these cycles of overgiving, fear, entrapment, and lack are done. Right? The Ten of Swords and the Devil. These are done. And that I am being reoriented through surrender, the Hanged Man, and crowned with victory and stability, the Six of Wands and the King of Pentacles. And reminding me that the path forward is abundant and expansive, the Three of Wands. It's going to be even better than what I see up here. And what I see up here is fucking amazing. Like, what I see up here already blows my mind. And I know it's going to be better. It always is. It always is. And I say actively, one of the affirmations I say daily is, Source, blow my fucking mind. Show me how good it can be. And I know Source will. And I know I deserve it. Took me a long time to get there. Took me a long time and a lot of work to get there. But I know I'm worth it. And I know you're worth it as well. And that's why I do this. Again, right? I want you to know it. I want you to experience it. I want you to have this freedom. Right? I want you to be able to manifest your dreams. Okay. So in closing, tonight, the moon, I would say is, well, it's not whispering because like literally woke me out of bed. Let go of my old story. It no longer defines you. And that dawn is bringing me new beginnings. And that I am ready to rise. I am ready to rise. Anyways, I'm glad I got out of bed and listened to my intuition, which again, I think is just Source. Source was like, can't sleep anyways. Can't sleep anyways. Why don't you go and do a tarot pull? And so here I am in the middle of the night in my pajamas, filming this all to share with you all. I am so very grateful. I am so very blessed. And my spirituality is so sacred. It's so sacred because, like, how powerful was this just now? Right? I'm no longer angry or grumpy that I've been awoken in the middle of the night. Because to be awakened, to be given such a message. And again, this is stuff I know. Right? But it's nice for me to have confirmation. It still, for whatever reason, is very important to me. Anyways, I'm starting to ramble now. It is very late, and I think this video has turned out quite longer than I would have liked. But I appreciate each and every one of you of watching. I thank you for your support, and I hope to see you next time.